Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with 8-bit Invaders. 8-bit Invaders. Remember all the Lovecraftian movies where bodies are merging with each other? You know, like The Thing, The Fly, or Annihilation with Natalie Portman. So if StarCraft and Minecraft were protagonists in such a Lovecraftian movie, 8-bit Invaders would be their merging result. See, you can always think of something better than just a cliché about
if StarCraft and Minecraft had a baby.
So this is a fast-paced RTS, a very colorful strategy arcade game that it's easy to learn for players of all skill levels. Collect resources, build up and defend your base, amass your army of tanks and starships, and ultimately crush humans with your metal tentacles, or show aliens who's the boss here. You'll find 24 campaign missions, 10 co-op missions to play with your mother-in-law, destructible environments, and you know who the composer is? Frank Klepacki, the same dude who created music for Command & Conquer 27 years ago, when he was 17. Yeah, I will keep repeating this fact. And if you feel that this 8-bit setting is appealing to you, keep in mind that you can also find 2 more games, 8-bit armies that are made with the fans of Command & Conquer in mind, and 8-bit hordes that can be appealing to Warcraft fans. Resident Evil 2. This is a complete remake of a classic game. Overwhelmingly positive review score softly hints that it was a complete success as well. Resident Evil 2 offers a fresh take on a classic survival horror saga with realistic visuals, immersive audio, and a new over-the-shoulder camera. You will also get modernized controls on top of gameplay modes from the original game. I can still remember when I played the original game when I was 14 years old, and somehow I had my mental balls big enough to play it every evening after school. Well, on those rare occasions when I actually went to school. I'm a YouTuber not because I was very good at studying, you know, but I was good at games. That's why you should avoid me if you need your appendix surgically removed, but if you want your boredom removed, I'm your guy, that's for sure. Tunguska, The Visitation. This is an isometric survival game that brings you to the dangerous Tunguska exclusion zone, where you'll face deadly traps, infectious mutants, bandits, and well-armed rogue military. Game is inspired by the same story as a Stalker, The Roadside Picnic, written by the Strugatsky brothers. Keep in mind that they wrote the story before any serious nuclear accident ever happened, so it's not actually tied to Chernobyl or any other nuclear disaster, just a post-apocalyptic, gritty and dark Soviet Union filled with unexplainable horrors. Although you can literally describe a casual Soviet Union without any post-apocalypse with the same words. People in the comments are saying that if you like Stalker or Atom RPG games, it's a no-brainer. Also, it has very positive reviews on Steam. Just keep in mind that despite walls of text, looting and side quests, it is an actual twin-stick shooter, and at first may be difficult to control. Although from my own experience, when you get used to it, everything will be fine. Wizard of Legend. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with roguelike elements that emphasizes dynamic magical combat. Quick movement and even quicker use of spells will allow you to chain spells together to unleash devastating combos against your puny, pathetic enemies. You will collect valuable spells and relics and build up your magical arsenal to fit your playstyle, which, as we all know, is to die again and again and again. You'll find over 100 unique spells and discover various spell combinations and synergies. People on Steam are saying that this is a fun game, although it has some annoying stuff, like getting stun-locked by some basic enemy and losing half of your health. It feels like you are getting robbed by a grandma with a fork or something. Despite that, the game is very well received by players, about 90% of reviews are positive. Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. If you like Sherlock Holmes and Lovecraftian stuff, this may be a spoon of potato salad. Here you become Sherlock Holmes and find yourself at the heart of terrifying Cthulhu mythos as you investigate a series of mysterious disappearances in Europe and the United States. Those are apparently linked to a dark cult that worships an ancient god. Whatever their plan is, you must put a stop to it, or, you know, face unspeakable consequences. Yeah, all that sounds nice, but can I join the cult? Can I worship the ancient god as well? You know, what if Sherlock decided that his life of investigations is boring and being a servant for a Dagon himself is a more fulfilling experience? I doubt that, but it would be nice if you could actually choose the unexpected way. The Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. So this is a Lord of the Rings game that focuses on dwarves and their shenanigans. Here you will embark on an adventure to reclaim your legendary home of Moria, beneath the Misty Mountains. You can go alone or join forces with other players to survive, craft, build and explore the legendary mines teeming with danger. Here you will mine ore to craft gear and resources. But beware, mining makes noise, and noise created in the quiet deep threatens to awaken the dangers below. Remember when Pippin touched a skeleton and that was kinda enough to awaken Balrog for the second time? Yeah, you want to avoid that. You know, monsters are just trying to sleep and you are that noisy neighbor everyone hates. Yeah, you are not the good guy. So this open world base building survival crafting game has very positive reviews and you can play it together with your mother-in-law to strengthen your bond. Black Mesa. This is actually a Half-Life, just with better graphics and better, you know, everything. Keep in mind that this is not just a simple remaster, this is a quality remake that expands the scope of the original and massively improves its final chapters. Game is made by fans and it is made so well that it is an owner of overwhelmingly positive reviews. And to be honest, today Black Mesa is the best way to experience Half-Life. No clunky old school graphics, no compatibility problems, great gameplay and a really interesting suspenseful story. To say short, Half-Life is awesome, and Black Mesa may be the greatest way for you to play it. People on Steam are saying that Black Mesa is one of the best remakes ever made, and the game doesn't give you any reason to disagree with these wise words. Monster Hunter Rise. This is originally a Nintendo Switch game released back in 2021. Now we have this action-soaked game on Steam as well, and this version is obviously upgraded to meet our expectations. You will rise to the challenge and become a hunter, explore brand new maps and use a variety of weapons to take down fearsome monsters. That's what developers say, but I would change the word fearsome to airy-fairy, because those monsters are anything but fearsome. Although they are beautiful, I can't deny that. Each monster you hunt will provide materials that allow you to create new weapons and ammo. You can also upgrade your existing gear so you can go back on the field and hunt even more airier and fairier monsters and earn even better rewards. Of course, all of that is presented in 4K resolution with ultra-wide monitor support and unlocked frame rate. Bendy and the Dark Revival. The second part of Bendy and the Ink Machine was released 5 years after the success of its predecessor, and surprisingly it is even more loved by the puzzle and horror fans than the first part. On Steam it is close to an overwhelmingly positive title, and that is a thing you cannot ignore. Here you will play as Audrey as she explores the depths of a creepy animation studio that's gone completely mad, just like your alcoholic Uncle Steve who believes that Earth is in the shape of a vodka bottle. Yeah, flat earthers are such a thing of the past. Anyway, he will combat ink-tainted enemies, solve puzzles and evade an ever-lurking ink demon while seeking your way back to the real world. You never know who or what is going to be around the next corner in this crazy realm of shadows and ink. Like in the first part, you will have to discover the truth, escape the studio and above all fear the ink demon and survive. A wonderful game for your spooky evenings. Coral Island. Here you will leave the big city life and business in Tokyo Metropolis and start a new life on Coral Island. Sounds like a thing most of us would want in reality, until you realize that farms like that are smelly and filled with creepy crawlers everywhere you look. Nearby grocery store is 20 kilometers away and your toilet is clogged beyond repair until the Monday, because the plumber is drinking vodka and the only thing he can fix right now is his soberness. So let us enjoy games like that through the safety glass of our monitors, without all the smell and spiders. So here you'll create the idyllic farm of your dreams, where you will tend crops, nurture animals and build bond with the natural world around you. You will revitalize the nearby town and its surrounding coral reefs, and forge relationships with a community of more than 70 fellow people who call Coral Island home. The game has very positive reviews on Steam and is probably one of the best things you can try if you like farming and life sim games.
And now thank you for watching, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.